Here we go then. It's going to be Korea versus Malaysia. I'm expecting a fairly close one here. These two teams battling to take third spot in Pool A. We just saw Japan edge out the Philippines to top the group. We turn our attention now to Malaysia and Korea, who are going to be battling for the fifth spot later on today. The Koreans, a largely unknown group of students from two universities. Their third different squad for the entire series. Normally you'd find them coming first or second in their group, but they're locked on the bottom right now. Malaysia and Korea with 2 points apiece in pool play. Look out for number 3, who's starting from the bench, Sofian Kamil. Number 12, Hazim, well, he is a sensation when he gets going. And number 7, who's also starting on the bench, Mohammed. And there's a couple of grafters in there, namely number 2, Nasharuddin. They had a fantastic performance late yesterday when they were narrowly beaten by the Philippines 24-17. And they're fully capable here of beating this Korean side. Andre Kokolard leads them out in number 1.
Yeah, an intriguing matchup, Boozer. Both these sides pretty much within each other's scope of abilities. So I think we're going to see a bit of a dinger here at the moment. And considering these places to play for after this game, it'll be the team that's got, well, I think, the best ability to bounce back. Malaysia, well, they look physically a little bit outmatched by the stronger looking Korean players, but as we know, these Malaysian guys are tough as teak, aren't they? They might be slight, but gee, they can move. They had some great skills. And they're tough, really, really tough.
Malaysia, of course, routed to the bottom of the log. They're just on 2 points, and they're trailing Chinese Taipei of 6. So for them to avoid relegation, they have to try and take 5th spot this weekend and hope that Chinese Taipei take 8th spot. So it's a great thing about this series is everything to play for right down to the last game, no matter whether you're the top-seeded team or the bottom-seeded team. Keeps it interesting to the very last minute of each match. South Koreans opting to go for a very interesting selection consideration process this year. In Hong Kong, they sent students from 2 universities. In Korea, they were told that each club would submit 2 players each apiece. This is a strange old selection criteria. And here in the third leg, they've taken students from 2 other universities. So really sharing it around, no consistency whatsoever, and that's been portrayed in the results they've had, although they did pick up 4th spot in their home leg. It's Malaysia though with some early ball. And the great Fenn coming in there. This is Joseph Gordon, and he beats the first tackler, puts the brakes on, tries to get inside Kang. 2 others in Kokolard come across to help their colleague out.
5.
Shin there going in, giving away the penalty, says Patrick Kwok. Nasharuddin pops it out to Zulasham, and Zulasham goes in untouched, and good start to Malaysia there, just sure and steady, worked their way down the field and stretched the Koreans from side to side. Second try of the tournament to him. It's game on here.
Yeah, good opening try to the men wearing the hibiscus. And Korea, this was probably always going to be the danger about playing this Malaysian side. They've got plenty of confidence in their combination as they take 2 more points. These guys have played a lot of footy together in this series. Names in the squad have been relatively fixed. As we just look at that, that's good pace. And in the end, Koreans, well, they can be faulted for not showing too much interest in defending their line. And they've got some skillful players, Malaysia, and they're well matched here against the Koreans. It's still early day, and if the Koreans get the right kind of front foot ball, we can see what they're good at as well. Here we go.
Getting over the ball there, Zulasham, and no daylight, says Kwok. Thought he might have had rights to that one. Kokolard gets them underway. This is Lee. Yu now into the 22. Puts a beautiful ball out to Lee. Here's Nasharudin, the guy who doesn't know what the words give up mean. Bundled over in the corner eventually.
Yeah, terrific stuff by Malaysia. They've got some pride in that line. It's been some yards taken off them relatively easily by Korea, but they've been able to regroup right at the final there. There's Rewat, Nasharudin Ismail and company. Asha Kokolard off to the corner, and they breathe a little bit of balking there, I wonder.
Geez, that was interesting, wasn't it? A bit of balking. The Malaysians weren't supporting their own player there. He comes crashing to the ground, and here goes Joseph Gordon. Does well to get out from under his posts. Nasharudin. Oh, and that's sloppy. Picking it up on the run is Lee. They only scored the one try in both games yesterday, Korea. One try in 28 minutes, and Kokolard with the fumble. He'll be furious. He sets high standards for himself. And there he is, just having a moment to himself. He knows he's let his side down there. They were beaten 40-0 yesterday by Japan, and big loss also to the Philippines.
He's a big man, Andre Kokolard. He's probably the only one in the tournament that you and I, Grant, would recognise as a fully grown human being. Perhaps along with Soyajima. He's a big man. 2 days of sevens. It hurts. It hurts when you're a big unit.
Nasharudin. Oh, good footwork. Try scorer there, Zulasham.
Counteract is good.
Nasharudin throws a loose one back there, and here is the try scorer, Zulasham. Kokolard tracks him from behind, and looks like Korea going to win the penalty here. Yep. Good work from Yu over the ball, and he gets off quickly. They're trailing by the one try. Here's Lee. There's numbers here for them if they want it. Kang. Yes, they finally worked it. It's Lee Gyeon. Second try of the tournament to them. Keeps them in this game. Stay in touch with Malaysia. Good turnover from Lee.
Well, try a piece now for these two teams as the first half drift towards conclusion, and it's going to be a very interesting second half. The Koreans looking just a little bit fatigued already, whereas you certainly get the feeling that the Malaysians feel right at home in the heat with the extra humidity, bright sun, conditions that they'll be very much used to. We were in Kuala Lumpur for the Asian Rugby Championship. It was very, very hot, very bright overhead. It's the tap and go here. Good penalty off the ground for Korea. In the end, draw and pass created the space. And they take the points. So Korea and Malaysia ring the bell again. Malaysia leading 5 points to 7.
Hooter's gone, so Malaysia, do they have the drive to go 100 metres? It looks like. Here's Mohammed Safwan. Nasharudin is the only player with him. Coming back, 2 Korean defenders. Where are the Malaysians? This is Zulasham it is, and he's looking for a second try. He's got the dancing shoes on here. And Here goes Amalul Hazem. He's so close now. And can he get one on the hooter? Yes, he can. Put that down to Zulasham. He really looks like he's come out on day 2 with a point to prove. 8th try of the series. This man here, top try scorer in the Hong Kong leg.
Hasim Nazarudin, he showed some fantastic skills yesterday and his hit-outs. He's back on the scoreboard today, and did Malaysia do well there? They've strung that one together from a long way away. Persistently just hitting the channel, and the Koreans now fall behind by another 2 points, 14 points to 5. Korea look a little bit sick when they've got to turn around and chase at the moment. They just don't seem terribly interested at all. The official halftime score, Korea 5, Malaysia 14.
Here we see that closing try.
Absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for that one. Loosen up those
That was the first try in the first half, and this was Korea's reply. So it's 2 tries to 1.
So get ready to show all
And Malaysia, they've shown the sort of form in this game and also their game yesterday that could get them that 5th spot, which they'll be desperately looking for. Getting through this game is priority number 1 as the winners, finishing 3rd in the pool. They'll take on the 4th finishing team in the other pool, which will be Chinese Taipei. Look to beat them and then take 5th or 6th spot, get themselves off the bottom of the log and avoid a relegation. Crowd building up here at the Racetrack International Stadium in Colombo. Come on down if you're in Colombo. Jump in a tuk-tuk. Don't go straight to the Elephant Show. Come directly to the stadium. It's free entry. There's a beautiful covered stand here for you. Look, there's the crowd. Join their rugby. They'll be looking forward to this next game, Hong Kong, Sri Lanka. Oh, goodness me. That'll effectively decide the other pool. Sri Lanka beating China yesterday. And also Chinese Taipei to set themselves up for the big showdown with Hong Kong next. It's the Hibiscus here leading the South Koreans. Nasharudin pops that one down, a couple of metres too long. This is Lee. Kokolad just launches himself in there, desperate to secure the ball. There's big defence from Hazim. Missing, obviously, some of their superstars. When they can put together their best 7, they are capable of beating anyone, including Japan. All their players are tied up in local leagues and Japanese competition, so here we have it. It's a chance for these students to shine. They make it up to the halfway now. Eventually the mistake comes. Here's Muhammad, scored a couple of beauties yesterday. He's on off the bench for the second half. Nasharudin, Kokolad gets him in a solid contact. Gets up over the top and wins the ball, pops it out the side, and it was high though, says Kwok. Did look a little high, but the big man, there's no malice in that, surely. But the Malaysians still down, off feeling the effects of that tackle. Here they come, the Malaysians looking for their 3rd try. Nasharudin, there's no one outside him. Oh, look at the fin to the face there of Park. He does well to hold on.
Play on.
Kokolad gets over the top and disturbs the ball there. Zulasham now.
Number 2, above the shoulder.
Another high tackle and right in front of the post. Zulasham, he's not going to be stopped. He goes in for try number 2.
Right.
And they put a bit of daylight on the Koreans now.
And as we kind of alluded to before, Korean technique is just, well, it's not on song at all. They're not targeting the right zones to attack and defence on the players carrying the ball. It's 2 shots that have deemed high. It's created penalty opportunities. Cole Collard's try or tackle, that was high.
Thank you.
Penalty in front of the sticks, that was also high. And it just indicates that the game and the heat, the conditions, day 2 of the tournament, it's all adding up in terms of loading on these Korean players. So watch the final moments again. Here he goes. Look at the Korean player. He's got arms well and truly locked around the throat of the Malaysian ball carrier. In the end, referee Kwok backs Korea off. Malaysia take the try. They're looking in the driver's seat at the moment.
Good.
19-5, 4 minutes remaining, and that's a lack of concentration right in front of their sticks. And the anguish on the face there of Yu Jae-hoon. Took it statically, clutched at it, couldn't take it, and he's disappointed. Look at his face. Yeah, he knows.
Max, yeah. Crouch.
There's a chance then for Malaysia to pretty much put this game away here.
Sit.
They've got options either way. If they come left, they've got Muhammad. He's electrifying. They go right though. Off the base of the scrum goes Muhammad Safli. There's a knocker on there. It's going to be a penalty and a card by the looks. And it's a hapless performance. Amulul Hazim there. Hazim will be looking for more tries. Surely there's numbers this side if they can just get the passes across. Noor Azmi, not Howard, gets up, goes again. Muhammad reaches in. Sofyan fires it out wide. It's a wobbly one. It just needs to go to hand here. They're making hard work of this. Here's Hazim. This time he's well accounted for by Kang. Nasharuddin. He does the job of tidying up. You just have to be patient here. Up against 6 players. It'll come. Soflan with the kick pass. It's nicely measured. Well done. Noor Azmi. Yeah, and he goes in under the attentions of Lee, and they crack the Koreans for a 4th time. And the Koreans are all across the park on their haunches. They are tired, and they're probably quite frustrated.
Well played Korea. Well played Malaysia. Another try. And the Koreans, with only 6 players, really having their commitment to each other tested sorely at the moment, and it's not hard to see which way the cookie's crumbling. If you're a Hong Kong fan, well, stand by for action. You may want to get this link shared high, wide and handsome as the conversion attempt. Doesn't really threaten the post, but up next, this is going to be a dinger. It'll be Sri Lanka and Hong Kong as we watch this closing image again of the kick pass. And in the end, it's just too far on a hot day for Korea to cover that.
A dinger or a humdinger?
Or I just think they'll be dropping the hum and going all ding.
Or a doozy?
Doozy's definitely on the cards.
Just over a minute remaining as Andre the Giant gets up to the 10 and flicks one up off the ground for Lee. Andre gets into it again. Straightening goes Lee Seung-hun.
Hands off!
Under the attention of Hazim there. He can't quite win it. There's a 3-on-1 situation here. Can they put someone in the space? Beating the tackle is Son Min Ki. Nasharuddin takes him down. There's
Go and grab
the
him.
game is
Stay last feet.
over as a contest, but the Koreans, with only 2 tries in 3 matches, will be just keen to put something else
No,
on
he
and
lost the clean out.
trying to budge him off there is Kokolad. And in the end, Lee Kyung-wan, gets over for their second try of the game. A pretty good effort working their way down the field there, probably against a tiring Malaysian defensive effort. First try of the series for him. Probably not a tournament he'll remember with a lot of joy, but he's scored his first ever try for Korea at senior level, and that's the end of the game there. Well and truly beaten. The Malaysians are doing everything they can to maximise their outcome for the series. They've comprehensively beaten the Koreans here. 24 points to 10.